The line between politics and the press does have a tendency to get blurry. Think of then Washington Post publisher Philip Graham's close friendship with John Kennedy, or Boston Herald columnist Howie Carr's work as a Republican fundraiser. But when it comes to President Donald Trump and Fox News, the coziness is especially striking, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
When I saw President Trump say the things that he said yesterday, I thought exactly that.
If you pay any attention to politics and media, you know that Fox News thinks highly of the president.
What brings you here?
And that the feeling is mutual.
He's a great guy. Courageous. Right. Like you.
Yeah.
Huh?
But now a New Yorker story by Jane Mayer claims the relationship is closer than anyone realized. Among other things, Mayer says Fox killed a pre-election story about Trump's relationship with porn star Stormy Daniels.
You've got an editor saying we're going to kill a story because it's going to hurt Trump, and the owner of this company, the major mover and shaker, Rupert Murdoch, wants Trump to win.
And Mayer reports Trump pushed for the Justice Department to block a merger between CNN's parent company Time Warner and AT&T.
He ordered Gary Cohn, who was his top economic advisor in the White House, to get the Justice Department to block that deal.
Mayer's story sparked an instant backlash, with DNC Chair Tom Perez saying the Dems won't use Fox as a media partner during the 2020 primaries.
And this New Yorker report was about interference at the highest levels of Fox News.
No, we read it. We read Mayer's report.
Side.
A decision that promptly sparked a backlash of its own, especially on Fox News.
Tom Perez is arguing that a political party should decide who gets to cover the news. Amazingly, CNN and MSNBC agree with him.
And now Bill Shine, the former head of Fox News, is leaving his post as a top White House aide. He'll reportedly work for Trump's 2020 campaign, and it's hard to think Mayer's reporting didn't play a role. So we should probably note up front that what Tucker Carlson said is not quite true. The party isn't saying they should get to decide who covers the news. Fox can still cover these primary debates, but the DNC has said they're not going to work with them as partners on the debates. They're not going to have Fox personalities ask the questions. Also worth noting that the rationale for the DNC making the call it did, whatever you make of it, whether you think it was politically smart or not, Jane Mayer suggests that Roger Ailes fed that Megyn Kelly debate question, the infamous question about Trump's treatment of women, to him in advance of that debate, that he knew what was coming and that he was maybe given a heads up about another debate question as well. So that's the context for the DNC pullout. That being said, what do you make of all this?
Well, I mean, first of all, Bill Shine moving from, first of all, from Fox to the White House and now the White House to the campaign. That is, what surprise is there that? I mean, just it would be the White House and the campaign are one and the same. So you could have had it work in just the other direction. But and Fox, they're all interconnected. I do think, though, that if step back, this is sort of an irrelevant fight because the DNC is saying that they don't want Fox to sponsor or host a debate. They haven't hosted a debate, that one debate, in years and years and years, really since Fox became relevant. So I don't really think that the whole umbrage now that Fox is taking is real. But I would also say this. I agree with those who say that if a Democrat can't go on to Fox's air and hold her own or his own, then they don't belong as a candidate. They got to put on their big pants and get in there and be willing to fight it out.
I think it's a missed opportunity, frankly. I mean, this is a Democratic debate. There's no Republican contestant, for lack of a better candidate, on that stage for Fox to throw the debate to. It's all Democrats. And it could be an opportunity to present their platform to a different audience. Whether that audience tunes in or not is a completely separate question. But if there was an opportunity for Fox to host one of these debates, Bret Baier's a fantastic journalist. Shep Smith's a fantastic journalist. I think I see nothing wrong with having them be the host of something like this.
All right, so we have two people skeptical of the DNC's call. What do you think?
I think the Democrats have made the right call for now. There may be reason to revisit it down the road, but for now I think they've made the right decision. Two reasons, really. Everybody keeps talking about, Shephard Smith, Bret Baier, Chris Wallace, they're fine, nothing to worry about. I agree. They're good journalists. They can certainly host a debate. Do we have a guarantee that Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity aren't going to pop up the night of the debate. I don't know that the party gets to dictate who the panelists are going to be necessarily. Remember, Megyn Kelly was one of the opinion hosts, and she took part in the very debate that we're talking about. The other point, which you've already raised, is that the Jane Mayer piece reported that questions were being fed to to candidate Trump, and they haven't confirmed that. When Donna Brazile did that at CNN, she was fired. At Fox, it's like, well, whatever.
Ditto and ditto. So, because my first thought was, well, just make it that Bret Baier and Martha McCallum and Chris Wallace and Shep Smith are the interviewers. And then I thought, well, you can't dictate to them who they put on their panel. If they're hosting it, they get to put who they want to put on their panel. So that's the problem right there, because you have Tucker Carlson speaking as if he's somebody's journalist, and he's not. So, you'd end up with a situation where I don't blame the Democratic candidates for saying, I don't mind if you come at me with some hard questions, but from a respectful, and not what I'm hearing from Sean Hannity fed to me from President Trump, because that's not what it's supposed to be about, at least in that setting, So I kind of, and Jane Mayer's article just sort of cemented it. I'm not sure they would have gone that way even without the article, but certainly with it.
President Trump tweeted right after this all went down, and I'll paraphrase here, well, that's great. Maybe I'll do the same thing with the fake news media and the far-left Democrats in 2020, which seemed to me to be a threat to both not participate in any non-Fox sanctioned debates in the general, and also maybe to not do any debates at all. Did I read that correctly?
No, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Didn't he, in one of the Republican primaries, I think it was Ohio,
Yes.
he stiffed that panel. He didn't go on it.
Yes,
That's right.
because he was raising money for the troops.
That's right.
Money that
That's
David
right.
Fairholt, the real journalist,
Never showed up.
and Washington Post found out
I
never
don't think,
went to
I don't think,
Stay
I don't think
tuned.
Trump would go through with not having it on any other network.
Shall see. It'll be
His
interesting to
base
watch.
can't support him.